Dylan, thanks a lot for taking the time to join the Reid Wilkins Show. How are you doing?
Great. I'm doing well. How are you doing? Nice to be back on.
Yeah, nice to talk to you again. You were on Inside Sports several times as an Edmonton Oil King, so it's great to have you on as an NHLer. Before we dive into the hockey stuff, you're an Edmonton kid, but following your NHL dreams in the United States. So, what are you fully into U.S. Thanksgiving? What's happening for you today?
I don't know if you're going to ask me that, but just a thing with the team at the rink. So, yeah, I mean, lots to be thankful for. Healthy, playing in the best league in the world, and having a lot of fun. So it's good to recognize those things.
Okay, awesome stuff. Yeah, I know you're thankful to be doing what you're doing for sure. Lots to talk about around you and your franchise. I mean, take me back to when you found out, oh, okay, we're moving. Like, I've been a Coyote, now I'm going to be a Utah. You didn't even know what the name was going to be at the time. What was that whole process like of transitioning the franchise to another city from your perspective?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me it was probably easier than a lot of other guys, but you know, it's cool. It all happened really quick. I mean, we kind of found out as soon as everybody else did. So yeah, I think just excitement. I mean, we love it here in Utah. The fans are unbelievable. They're at every game until the last minute, no matter the score. So we're super grateful for that. And for me, it was pretty smooth. I mean, I don't have a lot of stuff. Like a couple suitcases, I got a car, and that's about it. So I was just kind of moving, you know, to go play hockey in a different city rather than moving my, you know, family and, you know, guys have kids and whatnot. So it all went pretty smooth.
There's speculation about the name. I know a couple things are out there, but I won't ask you to go specifically down that road. But what's it like telling people I play for the hockey club? Is it different not having a traditional nickname?
Yeah, I guess it's a little different. It's a new team too, so not everybody knows. But yeah, just say I play in Utah. I play for the Utah hockey team, and yeah, that's kind of how it goes, I guess.
Okay. Like you mentioned, the crowd seems pretty good. And there has been minor league hockey there a lot in the past. Do you find the fans that are going and are on board, or are they pretty knowledgeable, or what's it been like there?
Not really. They're not. I mean, I don't really know. I'm from Canada, right? I'm from Edmonton. Everybody knows what hockey is. They all know the rules. But you definitely learn how much more complex the game is when you're explaining it to people. You don't really realize all the components. But no, I mean, they love the fast pace, the hitting, the fighting, all those kind of things that you know, I guess new fans would. But it's growing fast. I mean, the people here, they all know about the hockey team, you know, wherever you go. So I think in a few years, this is going to be, you know, it's already great, but this is going to be a really fun place to play.
Okay. I got to ask you about when you were in Arizona, you guys played in quite a small rink, right? Like, what was it, 5,000 people or whatever like that, which seemed to have a good atmosphere, but obviously much smaller than a regular NHL rink. What was it like playing in Mullet Arena?
Yeah, I mean, it's different. You know, I think now I have a little bit more of a perspective on it. It's because I came from junior and the rinks were smaller, so it wasn't a huge transition. I actually kind of like playing there. We seem to do well there, but yeah, I mean, it's small. There's no denying that, and what we have and the setup we have in Utah is it's better.
Okay. Dylan Guenther from the Utah Hockey Club joining us this afternoon on the Reid Wilkins Show. Look, you got 10 goals and 20 points in 22 games. When you were an Oil King and you were going through getting drafted, the word on you was this guy's going to produce points in the NHL level. I know you had a pretty good season last year, but like a really good pace this year. How is it feeling? Like, how are you feeling this year? Like, are you that much more comfortable than your first couple?
Yeah, I feel good. I mean, I've obviously gotten better from when I was 19 until now, but I think I'm just a little smarter, a little older. The game feels like it's kind of slowed down for you. Like, I played my 100th game last game, and they were asking me, you know, what's the difference from your first one? I think just kind of how you're more comfortable. The game feels like it slows down for you, and you know, I feel like you have more time to make plays and shoot. But no, we have a good team. We got some good players who I'm playing with, and that definitely helps produce for sure.
So, what's the biggest difference between scoring goals in junior, which you did a lot of, and scoring goals at the NHL level?
Yeah, I think I'm still trying to figure out, how to score up here. I mean, I've done a pretty good job so far, but there's always different ways. And, now the other team kind of knows who you are, so they know your tendencies. So I think just trying to get inside a little bit more, just create that versatility, score a couple rebounds, tip in goals, greasy ones. I mean, I'm good from the outside and, from the slot, and that's kind of how I was scoring in junior, but I was probably getting 3 or 4 chances a game, whereas now maybe not as many. So I think just trying to round out my ability to score in just different areas.
Another big thing for you was earlier this season, you got that incredible contract extension. I know so many people around the city and people who work for the Oil Kings were so happy for you. What did that mean to you to get that deal from Utah?
Yeah, it's pretty special. To know that the organization, they believe in you, they have faith in you, and they want to, invest in you. So, yeah, I think I've come a long way. I mean, at this point last year, I was playing in the American League, and then I end up signing a year before, my contract's even up. So I'm just super grateful for that. I've had a lot of people, help me get to this point. I mean, my parents, like as much as I sacrificed my whole life to the game of hockey, so have them. So I think it's pretty rewarding for, not just me, but my family.
All right. Obviously, the game tomorrow in Salt Lake City, but you will be a visitor. And I think you've played, correct me if I'm wrong, at least once as a Coyote in Rogers Place. What was it like coming back to Rogers Place where you had all those great moments as an Oil King? What was it like coming back as an NHLer?
It's pretty cool. You dream of stuff like that. I mean, I remember dreaming of playing on the Oil Kings, and then I'm, playing in the NHL. So it's special. I think you definitely appreciate all the people you see after, friends and family who get to watch you play in the NHL. But it feels different too. Like I'm standing on the other side of the ice. I'm sitting on the other bench, warming up on the other side. I mean, that probably wouldn't seem like a big deal to a lot of people, but I played, probably 100 games or 80 games in that building, doing it on the other side. So it definitely feels a little bit different.
Okay. How often do you stay in touch with a lot of guys? I mean, you and Neighbors, and I say this, people, probably you and Neighbors from that incarnation of the Oil Kings were the two guys I interviewed the most. But do you stay in touch with Jake or other guys from those great Oil Kings teams you were on?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of them. We got group chats going. When you got the Snapchat, you get like the memories a year ago, 2 years ago. It's getting into like the 4 years ago now. So we're always sending them in, and we had a great time. So we always stay in contact. I was just in Montreal, so I went for dinner with Ghouls when I was there. It's nice to see. It's pretty cool to play against some of these guys in the NHL who you really started to grind it out and get better with in junior, and then get to play against them at the highest level.
Your former teammates giving you a good pop, or have you delivered? I mean, like Neighbors is. You must have liked having Neighbors on your team more than against you, because he'll kind of do anything to win, right? But any rough stuff with a former teammate?
Not really. I'll have to pop Nibs. I've only played him twice, so but he's in our division, so we'll play him a lot. But no, I know all his tricks, so I'll be ready for it.
Right. You know his book. Maybe just a quick thought on how the team's right around 500, but still relatively early. How do you feel it's coming together so far? I know you sort of built some stuff over the last couple of years with the Coyotes, but there's always changes to the roster and things like that. How do you feel it's gone so far this year for Utah HC?
It's gone well. I think we started hot. We had a little bit of a lull, but our last 2 or 3 weeks we've been playing really well, and we haven't necessarily got the results, but I think it's just a part of us maturing as a team, and we're in those close games, we're in those tight matches, and those are the ones you want to be in. And I think we still have to figure out. People always say good teams find a way to win when you're not playing well or you don't feel good. I think that we can still, try to learn and add that to our game. But the last few weeks we've been playing good hockey, and we've got a 3-4 here coming up against 3 really good teams. So it's a good test for us, and we've had a couple of days off, so we'll be ready to go.
Okay. Well, Dylan, it's a pleasure to catch up with you. As I said, it was always a pleasure talking to you with the Oil Kings, and it's great to see your NHL career off and running. Like you said, 100 games. That's a great milestone for you. I hope we can keep connecting down the road. Really appreciate your time. All the best rest of the season.
Yeah, sweet. I hope so. Thanks, Reid. Thanks for having me on.